looking at two fractions today, 7/11ths and 3/5, and we're going to use some methods to figure out which one of these fractions is the larger fraction. So the first method is called the common denominator method, and that's exactly what you think it is. We're going to find a common denominator. We're going to find a number that both of these can go into that we can look at to see which one has the more number of pieces. So, if we look, we're going to be figuring out the least common multiple of 5 and 11, which if we work it out, we will figure out that the least common multiple of 5 and 11 is 55, right? Okay, so knowing that now, we know our common denominator is 55. So we have to figure out how we went from 11 to 55. Well, 11 times 5 is 55. But if I just multiplied it by 5 on the bottom, I would change the value of the fraction. So in order to prevent that, what we're going to do is whatever we do to the bottom, we're going to do to the top. So 5 over 5 is equivalent to 1. So we're not changing the value of the fraction. However, we're changing the denominator of the fraction so that we can find something that they share. So same thing over here. We're going to multiply the fraction by 11 over 11. Now, again, not changing the value, just changing the denominator. And we're going to see that we're going to have 35 55 over 55 and 33 over 55. Now, you see we have the two fractions are divided into the same number of equally sized pieces. Knowing that, we can look at how many copies of those equally sized pieces that we have in each fraction. In this fraction, we have 35. In this fraction, we have 33. So we know that 35 is greater than 33. Therefore, we know that 35 over 55 is greater than 33 over 55, and therefore that makes 7 over 11 greater than 3/5. Okay? All right. Next, we're going to look at another method. And this method is we're going to convert our fractions into decimals. So if we whip out our calculators, we will figure out that if we convert 7 divided by 11, we will get 6,363 tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, okay? Remembering our place value. And then if we convert 3/5 to a decimal, we will get 6/10, okay? Don't be confused here. Just because this decimal has more numbers than this decimal does not mean that it's larger. However, we're going to see that it is. Let's take a look at why. If we look at the tenths place in both of these fractions, we will see, in both of these decimals, that we will see that 6/10, and there's a 6 in the tenths place in this fraction, so that doesn't help us. But if we move over to the hundredths place, this has a 3 in the hundredths place. This has an unspoken 0 in the hundredths place. 3, we know, is greater than 0. Therefore, we know that 6,363 10,000ths is greater than 6/10. And we can visualize this on a number line. So if we have a number line, here would be 0, here would be 1, and we've broken it up into tenths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? We go over to 6/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6/10, that would be this fraction. And then if we go over a little bit more, 3/100ths, we will see that this fraction, 7 over 11, is farther to the right than 3 over 5. If that's the case, we know that 7 over 11 is greater than 3 over 5.